If this is your first time visiting the Red SS channel, my name is Armin Di Fiesta. I am the owner of this 2016 Chevrolet SS sedan, which is really an Australian Holden Commodore SSV Redline, and it is a fantastic sports sedan. And today I'm going to show you how to install Spyder LED taillights. First, let's start with some tools that are recommended. A 7mm socket, an 8mm socket, 10mm socket, a T15 socket, a 1/4" ratchet, and a flathead screwdriver. The first step for me was to remove the rear trunk molding. The purpose of this is to allow me to remove some of the trunk liner to expose as much of the taillight hardware and wiring as possible. I start by opening the trunk and removing the wing screws. These are the pieces that hold the cargo net. There should be a total of 4. Once those are off, just pull up on the rear trunk molding and set it aside. The second step is to prepare the bumper for removal. It needs to be removed to some degree in order to access the bottom of the taillight so they can come out. I take a T15 socket and remove 5 T15 screws inside both the driver and passenger side wheel wells. Once these screws are off, it's very easy to pull on the bumper and unclip them. It's lightweight and should be easy to do, but if for some reason you encounter resistance, go back and check those wheel wells to ensure all T15 screws were removed. Should be a total of 5. Now if you want to, you can remove the entire bumper. You just have to go underneath the rear diffuser and remove, I believe there are 3 plastic tabs that hold it into place, and you can remove those and take the whole bumper off if you choose to. I didn't find it necessary, so I just skipped that step. The third step for me is to remove some plastic clips that hold the trunk liner in place. These plastic clips are easy to remove. You can remove them all if you'd like and take the entire trunk liner out, but I took a shortcut. I only took a few out, just enough so I can bend that liner out of the way. Now you'll see the 3 10mm nuts and taillight harness on driver and passenger sides. The fourth step is to disconnect the harness and remove all of those nuts for a total of 6 using the ratchet and 10mm socket. I found them to be easy to remove as soon as I loosened them, so it became easier just to remove them by hand. Now you can remove the stock taillights. They come off easily. Time to install the new Spyder taillights. Now all I did was just line up the bolts with the holes inside of the frame back there, and it wasn't very hard. I made sure the bumper clips were aligned with the taillights at the bottom. There's this ridge or plastic shelf where it fits into. It's not that hard to line it up though, very easy. Be aware of the tab at the front of your taillights that have to be aligned so that it fits into place correctly. I recommend pressing and holding the taillights into place once you have it aligned to ensure a good seal so that no moisture will get in from the outside. And now it's just a matter of tightening the 10mm bolts. The next step is to reconnect the taillight wiring harness. One thing I forgot to mention is I like to clean the areas that I'm working around since I'm in there already. Now I'm reconnecting the other wiring harness. All good. Time to do a function check of some of the lights. Looks good. Now when lining up the lower portion of your bumper, there are several clips that it simply slides into. It's not that hard, it just fits right into place, almost like a tongue and groove design. Just line it up and press in. As I mentioned, the bumper near the taillight area simply sits and clips into a bottom shelf. Here's the stock example, a better look at it. You can see that bottom shelf that the clips of the bumper attach to. Now that I lined them all up, just start pressing them into place and you'll hear them snap and click all the way to the other side and to the wheel, and it's so easy. It doesn't really take much effort to snap them back into place. Now that's done, I'll reinstall the 5 T15 screws on both sides and get to the trunk lid. I like to remove the bumper stops and the tabs, the plastic tabs. I don't remove all of them, but I remove enough just so I can bend that out of the way and access the trunk lid wiring harness. These are really easy. This is where the flathead screwdrivers come in pretty easily to remove. No issues at all. Be careful if they fly away, they're hard to find. I lost one. Now you can remove that trunk latch if you want, but I don't. I'm sorry, not a trunk latch, the whatever you call that handle. You got to disconnect the wiring harness here as well. Very easy. Now the wiring harness is actually attached by a clip to the trunk lid itself, so you got to remove it from the trunk lid. Just take that flathead screwdriver and press, and it'll come right off. Then take your 8mm socket and loosen the nuts. There's 2 on each side, very easy to come out. Once they're loose, you can start using your hand or just keep using the tool and just start taking it apart. Now they just pull out. You won't be reusing these because I'll explain in a moment. Once you have them out, there should be a total of 4. You can push out the trunk lid taillights. Now it's time to put in the new Spyder taillights on the trunk lid. Make sure you don't snag the wiring harness on the other side. And just kind of line it up as best you can for now before you start tightening anything. You'll notice it comes with its own 8mm nuts to bolt those clips into place. You see in there, those clips, those long clips, it causes the, as you tighten it down, it presses against the body panel. And that's how it keeps the taillight in place, and that's how you tighten it. There should be 2. But they're already part of the housing, so you don't need to reuse the ones you just took out. Those 2 8mm nuts are attached to those plastic clips that press against the inside of the trunk lid to hold the lights in place. And really that's it. Once you're done, just put everything back together, the trunk liner, put the plastic tabs back on, and you're set. Now your taillights are installed. I did a function check, all the lights work, turn signals work, the reverse lights work, so we're good. It was a very easy install. I love the stock taillights too, but I think it's looking good. It was time for a refresh, and I think these look really sharp. If you have any questions and if you enjoyed this video, leave your comments below. Thanks for stopping by, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.